Ready or not, here we come. Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. Lord have mercy, here we are. Middle of April. April just sliding on. Lawnmowers all around us, singing us the song of their people. That's what I say every day. I hear them lawnmowers a howling. I say they're singing me the song of their people.
Can you hear my lawnmower when I unmute? Listen.
No, I heard somebody talking.
Wonder if you can hear that mower or not.
No, I couldn't hear the mower. I heard somebody talking though.
Oh, well, that should stop now.
Okay. Let's see here. We got Jim Bashir's out there in the chat. We got Luana Pierce out there in the chat. And we got Russell Clarity out there in the chat. He's in there on the Russell Clarity account, not the Simply Wooden Creations account. He's sneaking in on us. And looks like that's it so far. It's talking in the chat. Y'all hit the like button and share this out. Let's get some people in here and we'll do a giveaway here in a little while. We can get some folks in the chat.
Luana says, hi, Matt. Good to not yet see you, question mark. Am I not visible?
No, I can see you.
Is my face breaking YouTube? It's been known to do that.
I can see maybe she's got eye problems.
Oh. I was talking to Brenda about my new glasses. See, these are my new glasses. And these are my old glasses. Watch. They're exactly the same pair. They just have a different prescription in them. Maybe that threw you off. The different prescription, that is. Kidding.
Let's see. She says there's no lawnmowers at her house going.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh, she said when she typed that, you had not yet shown up. Well, you've been in here before the show came on.
That's weird. I'll have to rewatch the first couple moments to see if maybe my image streamed after yours was visible.
I don't know. I didn't hit any buttons to change nothing up. So
did you make Susan mad at you again?
Well, she's always mad at me. She's just in a perpetual state of bitchiness when it comes to me, I think. She hears my name, goes off on her toot, see what button she can push to try to make my life hell. Lord have mercy. Well, I'm glad that it's spring, but it could warm up. It was down in the 30s last night here, and it's been in the 50s today. I'd like for it to warm up in the 70s and stay there day and night forever. Well,
the days are still getting longer. It's still going to get warmer. That will happen. That will happen.
Just have warm this house up a little bit. You know, I'm still having to wear 2-3 layers of clothes in a house to try to stay warm in here. If it warms up some, you know, on the days where it gets over 70, I'll open up the door and let some warm air in here. But those are few and far between.
Yeah, I'm very sensitive about the temperature because I'll open the windows, I'll open that door, and I'll open the windows in the bedroom that's that way to get sort of the crosswind going.
Yeah.
And then the sun will start coming in directly, and I have all these tricks to kind of naturally move it the way I want. And I can't ever get it exactly where I want, but I can get close.
Well, eventually, I keep saying this, but eventually I'm going to move this studio upstairs, and that room's a hot one in the summertime. It does have an air conditioner in it, but I haven't run that air conditioner in quite some time, so I don't know if it'll still work when I try to turn it on or not. But, you know, that's going to be one of the things I check out when I get in there and get to setting everything up, make sure that the air conditioner works. Because, boy, I tell you, I had the studio up there at one time, and it was during the summer, and I about baked. I had like 3 fans going and trying to move some air around up there.
Luanna's talking about all my gadgets and tricks and lots of cred. Well, I mean, if it gets when it's hard to make it colder. It's easy to make it warmer because this stuff is all very hot. So I can do that. But when it's summertime, there's limited options. It's the whole house central air, and I will close every vent in this house and have this one wide open. So I get all the furnace or, all the cold air coming just up and it's trying to squeeze out the vents that are closed. I try.
Oh, we got a couple come in here. Nana's cooking is in the house, and we got Arlene from down there in Tennessee. She's in the
Arlene.
house. Glad to have both of you with us. Arlene, I hope you're feeling a little bit better.
I was chatting with Arlene on the interwebs about some YouTube stuff. I hope that's getting better for you. And it's good to see everybody.
Yeah.
Not everyone. I think we did.
Yeah. I went down through the list.
Woohoo.
Let's get some more folks in the house. We'll do a giveaway after a bit. Share it. Hit that like button.
Bye-bye.
Well,
bye-bye.
I come in here every week. I talk about, what's going on with me. And I've got a dog that's almost 11 years old that decided to come into heat. She hadn't been in heat for quite some time. I thought she'd quit. Well, when she came in this time, she came in with gusto. And I mean super gusto, to the point where Sunday, I figured she was dying. That was the end of her. And Monday morning, I called and made an appointment with the vet. And when I went to take her out to put her in the car, tears are pouring because, I'm going to have to go take my dog and have her put down. And when she figured out where she was going, I had her in a little wagon so I could pull her out to the car. She jumps out of the wagon. The dog that could not walk, that was just laying there lifeless for almost 24 hours, that you would have swore she was dying, jumps out of the wagon and runs around the yard, takes pee, runs over and drinks out of her dog that she hadn't eaten or drank anything in 3 days. And made this miraculous recovery. I'm changing her name to Lazarus because she's raised from the dead.
Oh my. She knew what was up. She knew that it was time to put up
Mom,
or shut up.
Mom's sending me to the boneyard. I got to quit this prima donna routine.
What a sandbag.
So I had to suck it up and call the vet and cancel the appointment. And I mean, they were glad to hear it, of course. They don't like having to put them down, but I'm like, I don't know what to tell you, because I would have sworn she's dying. 40 years of raising dogs, I'd never seen nothing like this in my life.
Yeah, I'm glad she's on the mend. That's good. She seems like a sweet dog from what you've described.
She is. She's a little sweetheart. She's also a prima donna. I've been referring to her every time I have to deal with her, which is several times a day, is Your Majesty. What does Your Majesty want now? She said she doesn't like her dog food, so now I'm having to cook for her. So I'm her chief cook and bottle washer. Oh, man, what we do for our pets, I'll tell you what. Prima donna manipulator, hot out. Yep, Lord have mercy. She was just one car ride away from the end, I'll tell you what.
See, she's no dummy. She knew it too.
Oh, yeah. You should have seen the look on her face. I wished I'd had the camera out. This was totally unexpected on my part. Had I had any clue, I would have had the camera out and taken a picture of the look on that dog's face, because it was like.
She was saying to herself, oh, hell no.
You're going to do what?
Jimbo's here. Hi, Jimbo.
Hey, Jimbo, good to see you.
He says he hopes we had a great day. We did have great days.
Well, I woke up above ground. And so, I always take that as must be a plus. Yeah. People say that it beats the alternative, but I want to know how they know that.
It's true. They suspect it beats the alternative.
Yeah, because they don't know that for sure.
Well, some people go and then come back.
Well, they say they do.
Well, I know.
I don't know that I'm going to take their word for it. Because, I think that once you go, you're gone.
Mm-hmm.
I think, if you if you go, you might go somewhere, but it's not necessarily the spot that you'd end up if you really went for good.
Yep.
Just saying.
I've been doing good, Jimbo. I've published a lot of videos. Get on my channel. I've been cranking them out. I did 4 in a row, baby. Come on. So, trying to take over the interwebs. My channel's at 400 subscribers now.
Oh, yeah?
Getting
You're
there.
growing. You're
Little
growing.
by little.
Susan keeps taking mine away. Every time I look at it, it goes down a little bit further. She just keeps whittling at them.
I was thinking about maybe pulling back a little bit. I don't know, but it's starting to take off now. So
Yep.
I'm like, well, maybe I should keep pushing it.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna do a real serious push to start publishing more content and start growing the audience here. And we'll see. We'll give it a couple months and see what happens. But I am getting back in the wood shop, though. I am working on something. It's gonna happen, folks. This has been dormant for a couple months. No more. Soon to be no more.
Well, I don't know when I'm ever going to get back around to actually, doing any videos on craft. I've got so many up that I'm like, people want to see my craft videos. They can go look at the Blue Million I've got up there now. But there will be another heifer coming up tonight. I'm trying to put one out every Thursday night. I hate to put them up any more often than that because, I don't want to. Yeah, you always leave them wanting more.
There's something to be said about posting more than once a week, but once a week's better than twice a month. That's
right. You always have to leave them wanting a little bit more. What's she gonna come up with next? Because I don't even know.
I gotta be honest with you. I gotta be honest. Out of all your entire back catalog, I try and think where you're gonna take it, and I'm always wrong, except for like one time. And like one time out of your 1,000 videos, you ended up at the place. I'm like, your brain must be a scary place, Brenda.
It is. It is.
I just don't know.
I've always said that. Inside my head is a scary place to be.
Stay away, people, from her brain. Watch her videos. Her videos are gold. It's internet gold. But and I love. That's why I'm still single. Like that was my all-time favorite. Now, don't get me wrong. I love me some Heifer Haven. I love them. But that's why I'm still single. I was like, it's because it's true. Like it's
right.
That's what makes it. It's like that really happened. I'm like,
True stories. True stories. I tell you what, I couldn't make that up. That's just the thing, because you listen to that, you think nobody can make that up. And I've come across all of them.
I've been doing some more streaming on other people's channels. Like I'm everywhere now. So there's this Casey, anybody listening live, that I'm doing with my friend Sandy Archer, and that's every other Friday. And then I just got invited to be on a repeating Friday show from John Ventrini over at the VF Talks channel, or Venture Forward channel. And so yeah, I'm a live streaming maniac. Been fun.
You're just keeping the airwaves hot. That's what you're doing.
Well, yeah, something like that. Matt needs an agent. That's not a bad idea, Jim Bashirs. Jim Bashirs is smart. See, he's dropping the knowledge bombs out there in the chat.
Now, do you look at that as channel promotion?
Well, I look at it. Yes, I look at it as I'm getting out in front of other audiences, and that way I can bring people to my channel from many different areas of interest. The crafters, the entertainment world in Kansas City, Casey, anybody listening live, woodworkers, I'll pull them in from, yes, I do.
I mean, I didn't know if it was that you were trying to promote your channels or if it was just illusions of grandeur, and you just putting yourself out there. That
well, it doesn't bring in a ton of people. I do it because I like it. That's really the reason I do it. I like talking to people in the chat. I like co-hosting I like talking to my co-host. But no, it's not a big win. Look at you. not a big win.
Oh shoot.
You have that new series, Matt, all about you. Everybody likes talking about themselves. I don't care what anyone says. If you're on YouTube, there's a little bit of narcissism in you. You can't be on YouTube and not have at least a little bit. Come on.
See, I would have thought instead of all about you, it would be awesome Matt Haas all the time.
LOL, poor Matt. See, Nana knows. See how they pick on me here? See how I'm treated? She says, I'm a good guy. Thank you, Nana. You're wonderful.
He wouldn't know how to act if I didn't pick on him. Because, I mean, it's what I do. He would think that I was mad at him or something.
That's exactly right. Like, something's wrong. Something don't feel right.
So I've always said that if I'm picking on you, then I like you. It's when I shut up and ignore you that we have a problem.
Right. Did I enjoy the Tennessee bird? Yes, that was good. Matt likes to be picked on because he just keeps coming back for more. Well, that's true, Arlene. Yeah, what's that called? Masochism?
Act or defend, Brenda.
Oh my.
Oh, well, there's not much going on the rest of April that I'm aware of. I mean, the prince passed away over there in England. They're going to have his funeral on Saturday. And that's about all I know of that's really going to take place here in April.
I have some royal family hierarchy questions.
Okay.
So, if the prince is married to the queen, why isn't he king?
Because he's not a blood relative.
But why but why prince? Prince is a step down from the line of king and queen. Can he be king in name only and have her still retain all her powers?
I think he was a duke in Poland. Okay. Now, what exactly? She was a princess when he married her, but then 5 years later she became the queen. When Edward couldn't take the title.
Why couldn't he? He was married to the queen.
No, Edward married somebody that was not, well, she had been divorced and she was not part of the monarchy, and so he gave up his right to take the crown, and then Liz was second in line, and so she became the queen, and she was married to Prince Philip, so he remained a prince.
If you say so.
But he renounced his Polish, I don't know, royalty, yeah, and all that when he married Queen.
Well, it seems so antiquated.
But yeah, they got quite the deal going, especially with Harry going back over there for the funeral and Meg staying here in the States because she's pregnant, and it's everybody's wondering what's going to happen at the service on Saturday, if there's going to be a knockdown, drag them out, because I guess Charles is mad and William's mad, and the Queen's telling them all just to sit down, shut up, and honor the dead. And
The funniest meme I ever saw was it was an aerial top-down shot. It must have been like a camera up on the roof up of a room, and there was the queen standing in the middle of the room, and it had a black and white checkerboard, like a chessboard. It says, "Careful, the queen can move in any direction." That's funny. That's funny. Jim Dockrell's here. Hi, Jim.
Hey, brother from another mother. How's it all going up there in Connecticut?
On his palatial estate.
Yeah. You got that midget wrestling in the baptismal pool all scheduled out now?
Midget jello wrestling.
If you need me to promote that for you, I'll be happy to.
Yeah, there you go. Dear Hefferhaven.
Yeah, Luana said he was already married to Elizabeth when she became queen through her bloodline and succession of order. Yeah, 5 years before.
I guess it's just the title. Like he didn't advance. It didn't go from prince to king. It would seem like it would.
Well, he's not in charge. She is.
Well,
so if he's king, then she'd be serving him. But she's queen. So he's still prince.
Okay. I get Mel is here. Hi, Mel.
Hey!
Buy Coinbase and cryptocurrency is the future. Yes.
Yeah, if you got money.
I threw $50 to it. Like, what can $50 hurt? I got 50 in Ethereum, which is now like 58. See how much my Ethereum went up.
Hell, I'm just trying to buy groceries.
Coinbase. Here we go. It's going to unlock with FaceTime. It is. Oh, what? $78. Hot damn. I made $28.
Well, good for you.
That's a significant on 50 bucks. That can't. Wow. I think maybe Bitcoin went up. No, I got $5 worth of free Bitcoin, and that went up to $6.48. And my Ethereum went from 50 to $71.38. $71.38.
Okay, they're talking about the monarchy in the chat. It says England still refers to Philip as the Duke of Edinburgh. The Queen is in charge, just like in every other marriage. And they do not call him Prince. Well, I've heard him call the Prince of Edinburgh and the Duke of Edinburgh. So I don't know. I mean, I guess it could probably go either way.
Well, okay, that's fine. I mean, it's something I was curious about. I don't linger on, how other governments are pieced together. I got enough trying to figure out the government in my own country.
Yeah, I mean, we could ask questions like, why is Nancy Pelosi still in office?
Let's not get political. No. There's lots of questions I could ask. Lots of them.
Arlene says, I don't understand that Bitcoin stuff, but I know a guy that trades Bitcoin and has built up a lot. Yeah.
We're making bank, baby.
I'm just afraid of, well, two things. I don't have any money to put into it, but I'm afraid of the technology wrapped around it as far as I personally am concerned. Because
if you would realize how the banking system works compared to the Bitcoin system or crypto system, you would flip that concern.
Well, the thing is, somebody else is pushing the buttons that is knowledgeable at the bank, not me. And
that's where it hurts you. See, I had the same conversation with my coworker about Mac machines. Remember, they were a thing. He wouldn't go near a Mac machine because he thinks computers are going to mess it up. And he handed a check to a teller, and the teller crunched it in, and it was wrong. And what I said to him, this is when, do you ever watch the light bulb go on when you tell someone something and they finally get it through their thick effing skull. I said, oh, well, what do you think the teller did? She punched it into the computer. The Mac machine is just a computer. You're the one pushing the buttons at the Mac machine. And instead of her behind the teller partition out of sight, she's pushing the buttons. And he was like, when he realized it was the same thing, bing,
Okay.
and he started using Mac machines.
Let me bring that back a little bit. I don't understand the wallets. I don't understand what are good wallets and what are bad wallets. I could get into something that's a bad wallet and somebody steal all my money.
Well,
I don't know all that stuff. And I've heard so many horror stories about people getting into things that they know nothing about, and getting into the wrong thing and their money being gone.
Yeah.
And when you're on a fixed income and you're struggling just for grocery money, you can't afford to lose anything.
I got a few comments. First, when you say I don't have money to get into it, cryptocurrency is just currency. It's just money. You know, it's not like you have to do something.
You have to invest something, don't you?
No, you exchange dollars for crypto, and then you've got even Steven.
But I ain't got no dollars.
No.
That's my point. I don't have anything to put into it.
Yeah. And then my second point is you can create your own wallet, and you do need to have some level of technical sophistication, and you can get hurt, or you use something like Coinbase. Someone in the chat said Coinbase. They just went public, or they're going to go public very soon, and they do the wallet for you. They're the smart people that do all the safety stuff for you, just like a bank would. So there's many parallels, and there's fewer differences than I believe you perceive. But
yeah, I could be blowing it all out of proportion, but when you don't understand how it all works to begin with, it's scary to think, okay, I can't afford to lose anything because, first of all, I don't have anything to put into it. But even if I did have a little bit to put into it, I'd hate to think that I've lost it because of ignorance, because I don't know anything about it.
I mean, people, that's very similar to this concept. When you're dealing in Bitcoin, there's a registry that's completely public, and everyone can see every transaction. Now, the owner IDs are sometimes, you don't know that this particular ID is belongs to someone unless they tell you. So there's a level of anonymousness to it, but everything is visible. Your bank, the inner workings of your bank, is completely opaque to you. So you can see into the blockchain, where you can't see into the inner workings of money moving around your banking institution. So in many ways, the blockchain and cryptocurrency is more visible and more, and that relieves the stress of, I don't know what's happening. It's all there. You can see every transaction. The whole world saw when someone moved $60 million in Bitcoin from one wallet to the other. Everyone saw that. And there was a fee of $3 to move that much money, but there's no way to hide it. There's no way to hide it. So in some ways, having something be completely visible is reassuring, and it should ease you. And so that's just something to think about.
Now, Mel said in the chat that, I'll have to probably scroll back up to it. He says, you're right, Brenda, I have concerns, but crypto is the future. And yes, Coinbase went public today, Matt. Now, my thing to Mel is, you remember who you're talking to. I can't even beat you at Word Blitz. I mean, you're obviously, more powerful than I am, Mel.
Here's another concept about Bitcoin. Well, not Bitcoin, about the blockchain, which is the network Bitcoin rides on. Bitcoin is just, or the cryptocurrency is one output of the blockchain. The blockchain is going to make everything visible. Every business is going to be completely transparent. That's on the blockchain. Insurance companies, sales, anything. It's going to transform the way business is done, and everything's going to be in the open. There's going to be no unscrupulous backroom deals. The code is the final arbiter of what will or won't happen in these smart contracts. No lawyers saying, "Oh, the feeling behind this statement is different." You know, because that's what lawyers do. They're like, "Oh, well, the contract's clear, but the intent behind that second to last sentence is different," and then they'll $100,000 in lawyer fees to bang away at that. That doesn't fly on the blockchain, and it's going to level everyone out. There's going to be no haves and have-nots. There's not going to be people with power and people. Everyone's equal on the blockchain. Mm-hmm. And once you have money in your wallet, it can never go away. People have been in trouble with the law, and they raid their bank. You know, a judge's order that they'll take all your ill-gotten gains out of your bank account. They can't take it out of Bitcoin. They need to know the password. If you don't surrender the password, there's no getting into it. You know, no one can take it away from you. I don't know. It's an exciting time. Richard Kuhn is here. Hey, Richard Kuhn.
Richard's in the house.
Woohoo!
Good to see you.
Talking about Bitcoin just for funsies.
You keeping your truck out of the brink?
Blockchain is decentralizing the system, and institutions are shocked right now. And they should be. They should be, because everything needs to be above board, even Steven, and visible. And a lot of companies don't want to be above board. They don't want to be visible. They want to do nasty things behind closed doors. And that doesn't fly on the blockchain, because it's everyone can see it. The whole point of the blockchain is everyone can see every transaction.
Richard said they had a tornado down there.
Tornado? Are you still in Kansas? Annie M.
No, he's in Florida.
Well, tornadoes can take you to Oz. They can plop you down anywhere.
He's down there with Russell.
Yeah, I know. Florida.
Yeah, Russell says he married the queen 5 years before she was queen. She was crowned. He wasn't given the title of king because Philip, Prince of Denmark, Greece, was never in line to the British throne.
Okay. However they want to play it over there in merry old England.
She was 13 years old when she met him.
How old is she now? She's got to be
95.
Holy cow.
And still going strong.
Long live the queen. Who was president when she took Truman?
It was in 52. Would that have been Eisenhower?
That's a lot of presidents.
Richard said that the tornado was unbelievable, half a mile from his house and ended less than a mile from his shop.
I remember this one meme where someone took a picture of a guy mowing his yard, and it must have been 300 feet away in the field. There was a tornado, and he's mowing the lawn. And when they asked him, "What the hell were you thinking?" He goes, "I was keeping an eye on it." It was right there. He's just mowing his lawn.
I have been
hardcore taking after their lawn.
I have been in a basement and watched it go across the field out the basement window.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was probably 7, 8 years old. It took the neighbor's barn off the foundation. Another barn, they was out milking their cows at the time, and it took the barn door off and dropped it on the woman and broke her legs.
Well, there's some that are so strong, everything's only the concrete slab will remain of a structure. Everything else is just ripped right off of it.
And when my husband and I were married, living out there on the farm, he and the stepson had gone someplace. This was like 1990, 1991, somewhere around in there. They had gone somewhere on a Sunday afternoon. I was sitting on the couch reading a book, and I noticed that the sky darkened up awful dark. And I had to turn on a light to read. And so I'm sitting there reading my book, and I thought, man, it's taking them an awful long time to get home. They finally come in, and both of them just white as sheets. And I said, what's wrong with you guys? And I said, there was a tornado. Like I was supposed to know this. And I said, where? And they said, well, just a mile down the road, and it took out so-and-so's house, and took down the power lines. We had to go way around to come home. And I said, well, I've been sitting here reading a book all afternoon. I had no idea all that was going on.
Wow. Yeah. Jim's like, there's no tornadoes in Canada. So that's good. Mobile homes are tornado magnets, says Jim to Richard. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want any part of a tornado. I've seen the destruction and stuff that they do close up, and that's not something you want to be involved in.
I was working, coming home from lunch or coming back from lunch. I saw the clouds, and one cloud was moving this way and one cloud was moving that way. I'm like, uh-oh. that can't be good. Yeah. But nothing did actually spin up out of it, but I
not
thought,
a good sign.
I'm sure it was going to.
Well, we got about 10 people there in the chat. What do you say we try to do a giveaway?
We can do a giveaway. Let's do it.
Well, you want to give the spiel?
I'll give the spiel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time, if you're watching live, to take that playhead and drag it all the way to the right. You do not want to be behind time, because we're going to tell you to do something, and everyone in the chat has to do something at the same time. Brenda wrote down a number on a piece of paper. It has been sealed. You are going to try and guess that number. Do not guess now. You guess when Brenda says go, and you only guess once what the number is. And if you win exactly, whoever gets it exactly right will win. There will be one of 4 prizes. Brenda will announce the prizes after we pick the winner. She'll ship anywhere in the lower 48 states for free. And if you live outside of the lower 48 states in the United States, you can opt to pay the shipping, because that's expensive. Or you can play along, and if you don't want to pay the shipping, you can re-gift it to someone in the chat of your choice. There's a bonus prize. To win the bonus prize, you have to guess how many capital letters Brenda has wrote down, because when she writes the number, she writes it out as words. So she's not doing it in digits. She's using it as words. And she flipping capitalizes things that shouldn't be capitalizing. And she knows it drives me crazy, because I come from a publishing background and I don't play with miscapitalized words. And so because it bothers me, she does it, and she gets away with it every week. So what you'll do is you'll put your number in the chat, put a slash, and then put another number for the bonus, which is how many capital letters. It's usually a much smaller quantity of capital letters. So what are the numbers between today? Between what and what that they can pick
81 and 90.
84 and 90.
No, 81. 81 and 90.
Between 81 and 90. Go. All right. When you're ready.
Go.
All right, folks. Pick a number between 81 and 90. Only guess once. And then also do the bonus guess with your attempt for the number of capital letters she used. Here we go. They're coming in. She has made it a routine, and you explain it every time. Yeah, we should just do a recording of the spiel.
Yeah, but there might be new people in there that's never done it before. Oh, we got a winner.
We got a wiener.
We got a winner.
Let's see.
It's Richard Kuhn.
Richard Kuhn, congratulations. 88, and there are 5 capital letters. Richard Kuhn said 11. Close call. You did not win the bonus, Richard Kuhn, but you won the main prize. Congratulations, Richard Kuhn.
Okay, now he gets to pick his prize. I've got 4 items up here for you to choose from. First item that I have is your choice of the bracelets. the paracord bracelets that I make. We got a larger one and we got a smaller one, whether you want one like child size or adult size. Then second thing I have is this little box that I decorated up. It's a wooden box and it's like a little treasure chest. I painted it inside and out and decorated it up. So you have a little treasure chest to put your treasures in. Or I have one of my dragon's eye pendants that I made. It's a cabochon with a painted dragon's eye in there. And you can put that on a keychain or pin it for around your neck or whatever. And let's see, the fourth item, I've got the thing to put your ear pods in. A little BMW.
All right.
Ear pod bag. And put your little ear pods in there. And they even got a little slot in the back where you can charge them up, a little key ring for that. So those are the 4 items that I have up. Which one would you like, Richard?
Okay, let Brenda know in the chat which prize you would like. And then if you could send your address that you want that mailed to Brenda, you can hit her up on Facebook Messenger or brenda.gibson@gmail.com.
Yeah, he can send it to me through Messenger. That'd probably be the easiest.
He will take the box. Wait, no, Dragon's Eye.
Dragon's Eye.
Dragon's Eye. I'd take the box, but my truck won't fit in it. So he wants a Dragon's Eye. There you go.
All right, Dragon's Eye it is. Yeah, shoot me your address up there on Messenger, and I'll get that out tomorrow morning for you when I run up to the post office in the morning.
That's a sort of a fitting item for Richard Kuhn because he does Paul Bearer and he's in the macabre, and Dragon's Eye are it's kind of like that. I have one, Richard. You're really gonna like it. It's something else.
Yeah, they're kind of a novelty. You can't go to a store and buy one.
It's true.
All kinds of jewelry and all kinds of stores, and you can't find Dragon's Eyes anywhere. So there you go. They one of a kind too. When I paint them, there's no two alike.
Awesome stuff. Oh, you're welcome. This is Brent. This is funded by Brenda, and it's also funded by the super chats she gets on the channel. So
yeah, all super chat money goes toward the postage for mailing this stuff out because I am fixed income. So any money that comes in through the AdSense, through Facebook or through YouTube's AdSense thing, that all goes in a fund that is strictly for the postman to get it delivered to folks. So Dave Hart, all things you do, she needs to go.
Hi, Dave. Not sure what you mean by that, but okay.
Is he trying to run me off?
Do you have to pee? Maybe he means you have to pee.
Oh, he retracted the message.
It could have meant that for someone else and dropped it in the wrong place. I've done that a lot of times, but yeah. Dave Hart, acousticized.
See, Luana says, tapped again this week, or would be sending super chat. Oh well, bless your heart. Thanks for the thoughts. Anyhow,
I mean, super chats are optional, but if you can do it, that'd be great. If not, that's fine. It's all good. Oh, she needs to go to the Ren Fair for the Dragon's Eye. Yes, the PA Ren Fair. I would love to go to the Renaissance Fair. They usually have that in the fall. And I think now that things are opening back up, I'm going to make a point to go there. I like the atmosphere. I'm a former Dungeons and Dragons player, and I've always liked that type of atmosphere, that old-timey atmosphere. They usually have a blacksmith. They usually have a leathersmith. I'm all fascinated with that. I'm like, why don't I go to Renaissance fairs more often, Brenda?
There's one over in Ohio, or used to be. Now that we've had the quarantine thing and all that, I don't know what they're doing over there now. But I haven't been to it in like 20 years. It was a little pricey to get in, as I recall. But I had a good time once I was in there. But yeah, they have a lot of little shops kind of set up around the perimeter of it. It would be something that I would have to go over and stay, because this went on for like 2 weeks. So I would have to like have a hotel room, and I can't do that with my pets and stuff. I wish we had one that was closer over here. Now,
Bashir says there's a big one in southeast Wisconsin and south of Milwaukee. Okay, wow, yeah, they have a huge one. Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair is big. It's a couple hours away, and I'm on the mailing list. And they usually say, "Oh, we're having a special event," because they'll do like a theme, like they'll shut down the Renaissance show. And they'll just have something there, like a wine tasting or something like that. But I'm like, it's good to get that information, but I want to go when it's the full Renaissance Fair. So it's like they should just send out their marketing a little differently. Like, just tell me the normal stuff.
Dave Hart said that they go to the one in Pennsylvania every year, and that he'd have to meet up with you.
Done and done, good sir. We'll make that happen.
They used to have a big powwow over here in Indiana. Jim might know something about it. It was called the
Celtic Fling. That's what Dave says.
Howling Moon or something Moon. And it was around Lafayette, I think. And I went one time to that. And there again, that's been, 15, 20 years ago.
I remember.
But that was pretty neat to go to.
The one time I went a few times, but the one time I remember, I ate a big turkey leg. Like, you can get a big old like medieval turkey, not a medieval turkey leg, but you can eat like a whole turkey leg. And then they put me up on the Wench Auction, because they were auctioning off people, men and women, and I was wearing gold metal glasses at the time, and the guy was like, "Look at the gold spectacles on this specimen." He was like. And then finally, like, okay, then whatever. Then my turn was over, and they were bringing other people up. And then there was this like hot girl, like she was smoking hot. She got up there, and they were like 500, 1,000. And some guy holds up his keys, and he says, "My Volvo." Everyone was laughing. It's just a good time. It's just a fun, good time.
It's a good thing that it was the glasses and not after you got your shiny new Hooters. That's all I can say. Because they'd have been up there, "Look, the shiny new Hooters on this one."
Again, you see what I put up with, people. You see what she puts me through.
Oh, shoot. Maybe they ought to put me in charge of that auction.
That you working a Renaissance Fair, like, I would pay to see that. Because like I just see you as having fun with the public for about 5 minutes and then getting fed up with everybody.
Well, they found out real quick that I didn't play when I got there, because, this was back when I had my long red hair, and, I took a lot of pride in that long red hair. Well, at the Renaissance Festival, unbeknownst to me, I get there and I have people running up to me telling me that I have to cover my hair. And I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? And then one of them explained to me that if the Queen caught me without my hair covered up, that there'd be consequences. And then I explained to this person that was explaining this to me that I go to a great deal of work to keep my hair looking like this. And if that Queen thinks she's going to mess with me, I'm going to kick her. And they didn't bother me after that.
Brenda can get anyone to break character.
It's like, okay, fine.
Oh my.
And I had a good time at the festival, but I wasn't about to, have to go buy a scarf or something to put on over my hair after, I'd done paid like $90 to have my hair done. And are you kidding me? No, that is not happening.
Luana asked, "Do you dress for the Ren Fair?" It's optional. You can put on medieval garb if you feel like it, or not. Most people don't, but you can. And then Dave says there's a VW Fest for Volkswagen at the Ren Fair later on this month in about a week. See, that's what I like. I don't want to go there when there's something like a VW Fest happening. I want to go when the Renaissance Fair is happening.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I still have a token from when I went to that Renaissance Fair. There was a guy there that was making roses out of metal.
Yeah. Oh, I saw like a maker from the woodworking community doing that. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, I got it up in my china cupboard, and they had rose oil.
Zach Herberholtz does that, I believe. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, they had rose oil that they were scenting these roses with. And I got one of those. I thought that was extremely unique. And it's in my china cupboard.
Yeah, he put a picture on this other guy I know, Zach Herberholtz. He had 5 roses and he put them red hot and he put them down on the log and took a picture. They look like red roses, but they were glowing red hot roses that and they're all metal, you know, forged them out of metal. It's amazing. Love that. I tell you what, when I went to the TIG welding class, the day before was sort of like an on your own, you know, just kind of getting to know people and playing with what you want to play with. And they fired up the forge and they let me do some blacksmithing. And that was fun. Swinging that hammer. Oh, yeah. Like
I used to have a forge. Back when I was on the farm, I had to forge, because every once in a while, you know, we'd need to make something for the farm that you couldn't go to the store and buy. Yeah. And so you'd have to have some metal there. And I had the charcoal. I forget what they call that charcoal. It's not like, you know, you go and buy for your grill. It's
yeah,
special charcoal. But yeah,
they had both at this class. They had the old school where they were heating up the charcoal, and then they had like a modern one that just shot the flames down into like a cinder block enclosure, which was like the fire blocks or whatever, with no coal. So yeah, but getting that nice and hot, and bringing it over and smashing it down on the anvil, and I was like, I can get into this.
I wish I still had my anvil. I miss that anvil because, you know, there's times where I need to hammer something out and I haven't got my anvil anymore. But
well, I have if you have a vices usually have a little square piece that's flat that's meant to ting 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 ting. You know, you can't you can't do that to them, but yeah, getting all that aggression out for Brenda and picking. Yeah. I have a video on Awesome Wood Things of me swinging the hammer on piece of metal that I turned into a hook, and I have a little iron, well, metal hook, iron, soft iron. But anyway, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. And you know, one of the tips they told you is when you take your right amount of the furnace, your tendency is you want to look at it and then usually walk it over to where you want to put it down. And like never do this and walk with it. You could trip or something like that. They're like, take it out of if you want to look at it, and then hold it this way, and then walk like this because you don't want to smack at you in the head. I was like, that's a good tip.
And you don't want any shards coming down off of that onto your hand or catching your clothes on fire or anything either. That's another reason that you keep it stretched out in front of you. And the best thing is to have your anvil sitting there close and you just swing it over to the anvil. And yeah.
Look at Dave's talking about the Ren Fair. First he says, the Halloween's the best. It runs August through October. Yeah, I knew it was in the fall. And then there are time travel weekends where people come dressed in Star Trek costumes and Doctor Who costumes. So fun. I love me some Doctor Who. Not the recent series, but yeah. That painting over there is my exploding TARDIS. Oh, you can't see it.
You got so much stuff in there. Lord have mercy.
Can you see the exploding TARDIS?
Yeah.
It's a huge huge painting of the exploding tortoise. I love that thing.
You got lights and tripods and
Oh, it's a mess over here. Oh, no, I can't get my camera right. That looks to be about right. Lord have mercy, as Brenda would say. Brandon the Pinocchio is here. Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Brendan. Good to see you.
Probably only going to be on for a couple more minutes, but we're glad you are here for Mind Equals Blown.
Yeah, we hope everybody had a good time, and we hope that the weather's good and your lawnmowers are running and your flowers is blooming. My daffodils bloomed and they're dying off now. And so it's going to soon be time to do the landscaping on the front yard and move those daffodil bulbs and get some grass seed down and do a bunch of work out there in that front yard.
Sharpened my mower blades, took them down to the grinder. I'm taking hairs off with them. They are razor sharp. It is sick how sharp they are.
Well, I got with Tony yesterday. He said he's going to mow this week. So it'll be the first time my yard's been mowed. I guess all the neighbors, got me on the short list because they've all mowed their yards. Mine ain't been mowed yet. But Tony gets over here and gets it mowed, and then we'll start talking about the landscaping and some work that I need him to do out here. And
the one time my neighbor let his lawn go so long because I look out at it from where I'm sitting, and you could see the bands of wind flowing it over because grass just doesn't all go like this at the same time. It goes. Like it's doing the wave, and you could see just waves of wind pushing the like, you got to get on that stuff there, brother.
Well, I'd made up my mind it wasn't going to be here by Sunday, that I'd get out there Sunday afternoon and mow it. But since it looks like he's going to show up, we'll give him a chance to get it done. I know every spring, this is the third year, and every spring he seems to have a rough time getting going. It's usually, though, because of the weather, because the last 2 years we've had really wet springs, and it's hard to get out there and get it mowed, especially when he's got several yards to do. And by the time he get 2 or 3 of them mowed, then start mowing again, he's got to wait for everything to dry out before he can get with it. But this year there's no excuse. I'm thinking he should have been here by now and had it mowed at least once, but he'll get it when he gets to it, and we'll move on with it. It's not like, life or death, whether or not the yard gets mowed, but I would like to, try to keep it looking halfway decent if I can.
That's good. That's good. I've
But
been
with
spraying weeds. I've been mowing.
Well, yeah, there's some weeds out here in the front that I'm going to need to get pulled regardless of what he does. So if it's decent tomorrow, I may get out there and get that done. I don't think it'll take too long if I just get to it and trying to take care of Her Majesty.
Yeah. Poor girl. I hope she does well still.
Well, I think she'll eventually snap out of this. I'm going to give her a couple weeks, and see what she does. And if she isn't snapping out of it by then, then I'll have to take her to the vet. Not for the reason that I was originally intending, but, I have to take her and let him see what he can do better. But she's, she should eventually. I've never had one not eventually go out of heat. So I'm thinking eventually she will stop this and life goes on, and, we'll get back to some semblance of normal around here. But right now she's demanding all of my attention and then some. Have you had to cook for your dog?
We tried to switch her to people food that you mix in special dog, other things with. We tried to do that, but it didn't last long. But she eats the table scraps for sure. And we'll cook filet mignon on the freaking grill, and she'll have a pretty substantial portion. I'm like, damn dog, do you know how good you have it?
Look, you're going to have to, I'm trying to figure out some way to start claiming them as dependents.
Exactly.
Because government's paying you now, for these dependents. And I'm thinking, hey, I'm coming out on the short end of the stick on this deal. But yeah, I'm having to cook for her. I'm thinking, look, I can't even afford to cook for myself. You get back on the doggone dog food. What's this all about? But yeah, because she's got to eat something. She can't just sit there day after day and not want to eat nothing. And she did yesterday have a mouthful of dog food. That's the first she's had in about a week. And I'm like, okay, well, maybe we're starting to get you back on this, but I'm mixing in the stuff into her dog food, so that maybe she'll accidentally eat a little dog food along with the stuff that I cook.
Hopefully she gets her appetite back and gets her strength back and gets back to where she needs to be.
Well, she seems to have an appetite. That's not the problem. Because she'll eat what I cook.
Oh, I hear you.
She's just being a princess. It's like, cook for me and pet me and clean up after me. And and she's got a little arthritis in her front right paw. Now, she'll get out of the bed. She'll go out the door. She'll be prancing around in the backyard like nothing's happened. And she'll be out there about 5 minutes, and I'll go to check on her. And here she'll come around the side of the house with that right paw up in the air, crippling around on 3 legs like she's about to die. And like, yeah.
She's working it, Brenda. She's working it.
I'm like, yeah, I'm sure so. And I worked her foot and her toes and her joints and everything. And she don't whimper. She don't whine. It's not like, oh, that hurts her. No. Mm-hmm. I'm seeing through her.
Chris Nealon says my dog will eat anything in front of them, including yuck.
Yeah. And you know what's funny about that? You take them to the vet and they'll give you these pills and they'll say, now give them one of these pills, so many times a day, whatever. And I asked the vet, I said, so what's this pill supposed to do? And he says, it makes the poo taste bad. Now think about that. Since when does it taste good? Explain this to me, because I'm clueless. I don't get it.
I'm at a loss.
Yeah. I'm having to pay for something that's going to make it taste bad. Really? How much worse can it taste? How much worse can it possibly taste?
I know.
I don't get it. But with all that being said, so you never know what we're going to talk about here on this show. You just never know. It's liable to go any direction. But we'll let y'all go and look for a heifer. I'll put a heifer haven up later tonight. And
I'm putting a video up later tonight too.
Okay.
Awesome Wood Things. I'm sorry, All Things YouTube.
All right. We'll watch for you. And then Simply Wooden Creation probably have a show Saturday night, 8 o'clock. And I'm on the panel. I don't know what he's got planned, but, we'll do something even if it's wrong.
Always.
So we'll let y'all go and we'll see y'all down the line.
Good night, everyone.
Night, y'all.
Stay awesome.